I just want to quickly, move on to another subject because we're very short on time. You've been very openly talking about the fact that brands are investing, and they've been under-investing for a long, long time, right? Over a decade or so.
It's probably 2 decades.
Probably 2 decades?
It's probably 2 decades. It began slowly and it has accelerated.
So you're saying brands have been under-investing for about 20 years?
Yes.
And you're talking about
and most
specifically
severely,
CPG companies?
Yes, and most severely in the last 3 to 5.
Okay.
It's accelerated as financial pressures to deliver short-term results have accelerated.
Right. So, I want to counter you because a lot of CEOs today, their average tenure today is about 4 years, maximum 5. A chief marketing officer,
even shorter,
even
right?
shorter, 2 years, right?
Yeah.
If they're lucky. So, my question is: everybody is really looking at the short term because their term is short, right? Why is it important to have a long-term view? Just asking you the question.
It's because we live in a world today where distribution is changing. We have a generation of millennials to whom brands don't mean the same thing, right? And why is that? Well, it's a chicken and egg situation. If they haven't been exposed to a lot of branding, to a lot of long-term effect marketing, why would they have a point of view about brands?
Yeah, but Irwin...
And as we move on, we're going to be in a world where e-commerce eliminates that shelf space exposure that brands have. And how will the next generation know to seek out a brand in an e-commerce world where you say, Alexa, I need batteries, and you get Amazon batteries?
So essentially what you're saying is because brands have underinvested, right, for 20 years, millennials and centennials today don't have the same kind of love that you would have had or I would have had for brands.
Correct.
But
And
my question to you,
I believe they've not only underinvested in marketing, I think they've underinvested in innovation as well.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, we'll get there.
Yeah.
But if you say that, my counter to you is today when we live in an age and era where the average lifetime of a company is as short as 15 to 20 years, and there are many cases, and the most recent case in point for all of us sitting here would be Nokia. Why does one need to, have all those fundamental rules of the yesteryears?
So, Kodak, Nokia, Xerox, Motorola, right? The pillars of the 1990s all disappeared, right? I don't think any CEO should aspire to have his company go that route. Marketing is only one component. Disruption is the other component.
Sure.
But you certainly don't build long-term brands by doing highly tactical, short-term, transactional marketing. And, look, I use this line all the time. If the first time that any of us saw an ad for a Mercedes was when we were 40 years old and could finally afford to buy one, it's too late. If you don't create aspiration in the 12-year-old child, you're not going to sell them a car when they're 40. And now, one might argue in a disruptional context whether that has any relevance today anymore.
I'm going to come to that next, yes.
But that's where you start.